Who's there today, Jamie?
Griffen.
Hi, Griff. I love you.
Hi, Mama. I love you. Stephanie? Stacy?
Hi, Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Stephanie Spielman. Hi,
Right
Steph.
behind the camera. I don't know who this is. Young man. He looks like he's sitting on a stool, standing, but he's like not chair height as well. So it's a little weird.
Okay.
He is African American. He's young. He's like, early 20s? Yeah. He has very, very short hair and gorgeous lips.
Did he just die?
He's saying yes.
Okay. I'm going to figure out who it is. I know who it is, but I can't think of the name. Did his father play professional football too?
That's a yes from the football crowd.
Okay. But his father's still alive, I think. I'm not sure. That part I'm not sure about.
Well, we're getting nods like that's a yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay. But literally, he just died like within the last, I'm going to go 6 months because time's elusive. But it's sooner than that even, I think.
The football crowd says yes.
Okay. I'm sorry about your death. Jamie, did he die? Are they going to send his brain in for CTE? Now there's a couple deaths, so let's see if we're talking about the right person. Did you die during, like last week, during a surgery for your knee? A meniscus repair or something like that? No. Okay, so you're the guy who I'm thinking of. I just got to find the name. Okay, who else is there? Thank you for coming. I'll figure out who you are.
He says you didn't need to be sorry about anything.
Okay.
He says, but I appreciate the compliment. I don't think he said compliment. What did he say? It's like he appreciates the acknowledgement or something. That's weird. It's like he has marbles in his mouth when he talks. It's just kind of like I'm just gonna full mouth and I'm gonna mumble like this.
Like Dylan?
You're not as, sometimes, yes, he does that, but he's not as bad as he used to be.
I know.
We have the Sweet Peas football team.
Hi, guys.
Your mother.
Hi, Mom. I love you.
She's on camera today.
Oh, lovely. Thanks for dressing up, Mom. Love your hair. It's marvelous. You must have gone to Malibu for highlights. Did you smoke some reefer with John Cusack while you were down there?
No. She's just like, no. Now she's like trying to shush you up.
I know. I'm laughing. Gosh. No, I'm laughing because all the men just loved John Cusack. They were smoking reefer, not my mom, but they were smoking reefer around her. And this morning I read the word reefer.
She's saying yes.
And I haven't heard that word in years. So I asked my friend Rella, and she's like, "What's that?" I was like, "Oh God, don't go get old on me, Rel." Yeah. So we were laughing about the word reefer. Like that's such an old school name for weed. Yeah. No, my mom didn't.
Her mother is.
Yeah.
No, yes. She's like, no. She didn't like the way it smells, she said.
Right.
The woman behind her is her mother.
Yes.
Then we have uncle,
Roger,
grandfather, father-in-law. Hi,
Carl.
Paul.
Hi, Carl. I love you, Carl.
Peggy. Hi.
Hi, Peggy.
And the big tall guy.
Chris Gedney.
Tall guy.
Chris Gedney.
Chris.
Hi, yes. Chris.
And there's a petite Caucasian woman, brown hair, but squirrely hair. You don't say that. It's full.
Belinda?
Like frizzed almost.
Did she know me from where I live
now? She doesn't know you.
Okay.
She's She was told to come in today.
Okay.
By who? Oh, by Griffen.
Okay. Well,
Her
welcome. Thanks for
family
coming
needs
in.
some help.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. God, everybody's does. Just wait a minute, Missy. No. I'm playing with you. Does everyone's family need some help? Can we get an amen in the room? Okay. But I will try to help your family. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out who the football player is. It's not Bryce Turner.
He's young to die from football.
I know. I'm trying to figure out who it is. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna text the wife while we're just sitting here for a second. She'll know who it is.
This is weird. He doesn't talk like he committed suicide. This is like an accident. This is like a injury, not a disease, not an illness.
Right.
Like a snap. A snap. Break. Every now and then he rubs his head. There's not much to rub, but he does it.
Okay. Okay, I got the question out, so we'll see. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Last time when we ended, we said that I have some questions too, but we'll jump around a little bit. Griffen, you never liked the word karma.
Nope.
Why? You said when I've talked about karma with you before, you've said that all checks and balances are served on earth, were the words that you used. Now you'll hear people use the word karma and say, karma can skip you and hit your kids' generation, so be careful what you do. Now, why don't you like the word karma, and what would you rather use instead of that word, and why you don't like it? Why don't you like it?
He says that it's propaganda to get you to behave, and that it's bullshit. Karma won't skip you and land on somebody else because there's no such thing as reward and punishment. And that's what karma is based off of. He goes, I didn't get here, and somebody other than my personal consciousness, he says, I'm trying to paint a picture that like I'm the slice of a pie, but I'm part of the entire pie. Yum. And nobody outside of my personal consciousness came to me and said, well, son, you did this bad thing to this dog when you were 6 years old. And now you're going to have to balance that act by doing this thing or carrying it forward to your next life, or because you didn't do it, now somebody in your family is going to have to carry that burden. Oh, that's a cool picture in my head. Okay. So I'm going to start summarizing what he's saying. And he's showing me that when he's talking about a personal experience, like you've done something wrong and there's somebody or source that judges it, good or bad, that doesn't exist. Vibrations exist. There's different variations of vibrations from high to low, not meaning good to bad, just that's the quality that we're talking about. And that there is I'm gonna do my best. It looks better in this picture video I see in my head, but it might not go well with words. That when you do a certain action, it emits a vibration. We can say that vibration is, X hertz. We'll take it in form of sound if that will help. It's a certain number, a certain hertz. And we know that energy, when it's emitted, it attracts its likeness. So it brings in others. So if we hit that same note, that's what we get in return. If we're to do a note at a different vibration, then that vibration is what's going to return. That is the main focus he wants you to recognize. So if you do something that you've judged in your head as bad or negative, then that vibration is going out. It's going to find like, and it's going to bring it back to you. So it might seem as karma that thing coming back to you is some sort of punishment or judgment placed on you, and now you have to manage it. Ha ha ha, joke on you. He's making fun of it. That's not what it is. There's no karma because there's nobody judging it good or bad. It's just you. Now, when you put out a vibration, there is a subtle, like secondary, not mainstream, not in the limelight energy vibration that goes with it. It's like a harmony. I'm only bringing this up, not that I think that it will clarify karma, he says, but I want people to understand that it's not so black and white. I'm not saying if you put out 1,680 hertz, you're getting 1,680 hertz back at you. Because when you're putting down 1,680, there's an undercurrent vibration that's happening that's in harmony, and it's supporting that. And so it's going to bring that back to you. If you were to say to me, what you put out there is what you get in return, that I'll fully agree on. But if you're saying to me that somebody is out there saying, oh, you did that, we're not going to let you get away with it, and now we're going to judge you because these vibrations don't matter to us and you need to know that, I don't agree to it. Because karma says there is a system in place that deems that there's some sort of bigger balance or end goal that needs to be achieved. And he says, trust me, I've lived it. I've gone through it. I arrived on the other side. There was no fucking report card. And I didn't get judged. The only judging that ever happened was me trying to connect to my experiences and not understanding them from what came from within. You want to stop there. You want to stop there, see if you have a question.
Okay. So does anyone, I'm just going to go right for the jugular. Does anyone get away scot-free, a murderer?
He's got his elbows up on like the armchair and throws his arms. He goes, well, you're trying to tell me that murder is awful and bad, right?
Right.
That goes against some moral, some law, some rule that says we can't do that.
Right. That man-made.
Yeah. But he says it's a good example because it is a moral conundrum.
Uh-huh.
The word?
Yeah.
Stick your tongue out at me. That we want to say there is no judgment of anything, but then when you present a kicker like that, there's something inside of you that says, well, if I agree to you and I say that you're right, there's no good and there's no bad, there just is, and that means I'm agreeing to murder and rape and these terrible things out there, and that looks poorly upon me. It's your ego is getting in your way of accepting that there is no right or wrong or good or bad. So when somebody takes, let's say, what does not belong to them, when they overstep their boundaries, whether it is a life, whether it is money, whether it is somebody's love, whether it is sexual intercourse, whether it's a car, whatever it is, when they overstep their boundaries and they take what has not been offered to them in a balanced way, they are putting that out around them. They carry that energetically. So what they're showing to everybody else is, you're welcome to have that of me because I feel welcome to have it in you. There is I don't know what you want to call it, he says. I like the term balance, but some people get hung up on it where they say that balance means you have 50% of this, 50% of down here, and it evens. Balance to me in my head, it's like hitting his temples. It's not like even, it's not flat. It's like it comes in servings. You know, we get all of this vibration, and to balance that one out, we get all of this vibration. It's like if I went out and partied all day, I would have all night alone as an introvert to recoup from what I did all day. And so now I have this sense of balance.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, a couple things. Humans are good because they have to be. My dad used to tell me growing up. And then I heard Jesus say that you kind of have to teach your kids right and wrong to teach them there's really no right and wrong. And I get that at some really deep level. That's kind of what you're saying to me.
That's a lot of words. Take me back through it.
Okay. You have
No, no, not you, him.
Oh.
Yeah. He says, like mother, like son.
I know.
Lots of words. He says, I feel that when we're looking at needing some moral guideline, like some training wheels for not just losing ourselves or veering off and taking, what hasn't been offered to us in a balanced way,
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at our innate sense. Like Grandpa might have said that, but I really believe that we are wired for good. And it is when we veer away from that do we create conflict. We're really wired to love ourselves and to love who's around us and to help. I'm looking back and looking at how we even got to where we are. I seriously think that we've been taught how to be mean and taught how to be separate and how to fight and how to defend because it was, funny to someone, to say, look at that. That's just silly. It's pretty funny how they're defending and fighting when actually there's abundance. And then it turned into a tool that we could use to, like mind control large groups of people. And then we got into if we tell them this is bad, they won't do it because we're innately wired to be good and they'll want the praise. So that's superb. And now we've got this ruling system and it's taking away the just very basic innate being of humanness. And when I'm saying good, I mean we are wired to love. And love has, I think, does his hand, so many different emotions in it. But we're wired for that. And if we stay in that, a lot of what we're doing now, actively and forcibly, it's just, it wouldn't work. People would stop doing it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe not the word karma, but I've seen so many times in my lifetime, Griffen, things come back so fast sometimes to people. Like you're like, whoa, 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 I didn't want it that bad. Like, you can ease up now, God. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen it. Like, whoa.
Because isn't it funny? Like when shit bounces back like that really fast,
Yeah.
and people call it karma or like some kind of punishment or they so deserved that.
Right.
That's just the karma, it's the bad thing, it's you're being judged, you got to pay. When it comes back and it's positive, people are like, damn, you're a good manifester.
Right.
Damn, you can visualize something. Damn, you're magical. I
Right.
can't even do it like
so
he does.
true. So true. Because I've seen some karma come back on people that's like, okay, you can stop now, God. That was good. This is enough.
Good to go.
Yeah,
Thanks.
ease up. I was like, wow, that was fast. But I think that goes back to the energy that you're putting out or whatever, that you're getting it back. You're just getting it back in return.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we just latch on, I think, to more words than what we really need.
Right. So I guess Josie Plankin said, I guess experience equals wisdom and learning. Something without experience equals knowledge. In terms of karma, I guess there is always a reaction to an action, a sort of natural law. I could make human and living your life a natural law, I suppose, and living your life knowing that could make humans more responsible. I will think of a question. Okay, it's kind of cute because Griffin started off exactly what she answered was that it just makes humans behave, It's a word that makes humans behave.
He says, "You got it, Josie."